So he said, what is it that you have in your house? And she said, your servant has nothing in the house except a jar of oil. Then he said, go outside. Borrow vessels from all your neighbors. Somebody shout, neighbors. Empty vessels, not a few. So he said, I'm going to involve your enemies. I'm going to involve your neighbors in your miracle. I'm going to involve the people that didn't like you. They're going to wonder why you're borrowing empty vessels. Come on, somebody. Because you know they ain't going to give you nothing in that vessel. Have you ever seen I don't know who I'm talking to, but I have at the thrift store. Sometimes some of the stuff you look at what people donate, you know they wanted to get rid of it. Come on. You got to hear what I'm saying. You got to hear what I'm saying. Don't get me wrong. There are some amazing donors, but there are some when you look in the bag, you just tie it back and say, whoosh, out of here. Can I talk to somebody? And God says, I'm going to involve your neighbors. I don't want you to get nothing from them except some empty vessels. And he said, if you will just obey, it sounds crazy. Somebody shout, it sounds crazy. You know, Jesus always tells us to do crazy stuff. Hello. You remember when Jesus, when the blind man wanted to see, Pastor Rochelle, and Jesus spat in the dirt, spit, and mixed it up, chew on his eye. You do that today as a pastor today. I'm live on Facebook and Instagram. Look what the pastor did. But Jesus loved to do stuff that's unusual. I don't know if I'm talking to anybody that have ever received an unusual miracle. An unusual situation shows up and it's going to take an unusual miracle. It's going to take an unusual move of God. That's why sometimes I say you need to give him a radical praise. It means you don't want to give him the praise that you gave him last week. You don't want to give him the praise that you gave him last night. You want to give him a praise you've never given him before. Because my God likes unusual stuff. So God says, go. The man of God says, go borrow some vessels and don't just get a few. Yeah, because a lot of us limit ourselves. Can I talk to somebody? Can I talk to somebody? A lot of times we limit ourselves to based on what our mind says that we can have. Some of you, the reason why you haven't had some of the things that you want to have is because you have limited yourself. And how do I limit? Some of us, listen to me. If we put chairs out in here, after a while, if I don't expand these chairs, then the church won't expand. If I don't pop a wall out, then it won't expand. But it's your act. Somebody shout, the act. What you do makes a difference. Matthew chapter 17 and verse 20, it says, he said to them, because of your little faith, for truly I say to you, if you have faith like a grain of what? Mustard seed. You will say to this mountain. Come on, somebody. Somebody say move. You will say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move, and nothing will be impossible for you. God says it doesn't take much for you to just believe with what you have on the inside, and you can speak to any mountain. Why? Because you are confident that God is with you, and he is going to make a way.